All right, guys. So welcome to episode 3 of season 2
welcome to the
CH
podcast,
podcast. Jesus Christ, Orange. I'm I'm Shavrolet. Orange, introduce yourself.
Yeah, you know who I am.
He's the OrangeHat, and then we have our two guests today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
You first.
Let's start with JRabes.
Oh, cool. Sup? I'm JRabes, better known as JRabes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's the whole intro?
That's it.
That's the whole intro.
That's all you get.
No,
spoil the
Jackie,
question.
Show him up. Show him how it's done.
Alright, I'm Aeon Bridge. My real name is Jackie. I make music and I chart for Clone Hero.
See, there you go. That's how you do it.
Hell yeah. See, that's how you do an intro, JRabes. Come on, dude.
Dude, JRabes, anyone can bust out a harmonica and just go.
Yo, so we're gonna get started today. What we're gonna do on the show is we're gonna get to know Jackie and JRabes, get into their like music production, what they do for the community, all that good stuff. So to kind of start off, we're gonna talk to them both, and I guess we'll start with Jackie. So what got you started in the community? Like who or what exposed you, and how far back are you going for this?
Alright, so I started charting before I started writing music, actually. I joined the Frets on Fire forums in 2014, like January 2014. And originally I just lurked and downloaded charts, but I actually started charting because I downloaded Puppets Hero Zero, and I was like, I could do better than this.
Okay.
Fucking call out.
Savage. Yo, we're calling you out, puppet.
Charts anymore? I think I'm good.
All right. What about you, JRabes? What got you into the community?
So, I'm an old soul.
He's
All right.
37.
I'm 37 years old. I'm going
Yeah,
on.
Jacob is actually my dad.
I'm 37 years old. Next year I'll be 46.
Okay.
So, I'm old as hell in the sense that I've been in this community since the beginning. And when I say since the beginning, I mean Guitar Hero 1. I was a part of the old GH2 charting scene. I started, back then.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much what got me into
1800s.
Yeah, back in 1743.
Long ago.
Yeah, he helped liberate America from Britain. A little known fact.
Little do you all know, I am Abraham Lincoln, and I faked my death so I can start charting for Guitar Hero 2.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham, podcast is over. That's it.
That's the best joke. Everyone else go home.
But yeah, I was brought in this community because I, as a young charter, was like, I want to chart. And I saw all these other people charting. I was on a good old website called scorehero.com.
Mm-hmm.
It still exists, but may it rest in peace. Yeah, I went on there, got some of my charts up there, was told that they were awful, and never charted again. And that's my story.
Okay,
All
so,
right.
okay, since we're back in the past right now, both of you, what were your first charts?
My first ever chart was Rising Force by Yngwie Malmsteen, but the most recent release of it, Phase Shift Guitar Project 4, I want to say, is probably the third rendition.
Okay.
The first chart was so bad.
Third
It
time's
does
the
not
charm.
exist anymore.
I mean, to be
my
fair,
first
does
chart.
oh, you
No,
got
go chef. No,
Oh.
go chef.
I was just gonna say, to be fair, is anybody's first chart like that good?
Yes,
No.
mine.
Yeah, my first chart is the greatest chart of all time. Okay,
Yeah.
it was the second ever chart of Walk by Pantera,
Oh God.
Hell yeah.
Oh God.
and no mistakes, perfectly made,
Open notes and
definitely,
everything.
definitely tempo mapped.
Definitely tempo mapped. Okay.
Definitely.
Audio was definitely in sync with the chart, no issues whatsoever.
Well, I'm
I-
amazed.
I-
You're an
At
inspiration.
least it wasn't a Family Jewels chart.
Yeah, hey.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say the way you said all of that, it's the exact opposite of everything you just said.
You would be absolutely correct.
Well, I'm glad my
So
assumption's
not
good.
much has changed, huh, Jacob?
Yeah, no, literally nothing has changed. I still don't tempo map. All of my charts are at 120. I freehand all of my charts, and I actually chart using a tablet and a stylus.
Oh my god.
I just draw in the scraper.
Nice, dude. Yeah, it's Microsoft Paint, and you just import it onto a highway.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, the best feedback I ever got in my walk by Pantera chart was my blind 12-year-old son could do better than this. So you know.
Nice. All right.
Well, it really makes you wonder, like, was their 12-year-old son born blind, or did something happen to him?
They saw my walk Pantera chart and they went blind.
And
Yeah.
they went blind?
Yeah, that's what happened.
They were traumatized by it. Turned them blind immediately.
He's like, yeah, you made my son blind, but he could still chart this better than you. That's what happened.
Pretty much.
That 12-year-old child, miscellany.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And all right. Well, what keeps you guys active in the community now? Since you've been in the game so long, specifically JRabes, I'm gonna start with you. Since you've been in the game and you're going on 46 years old here soon,
Yeah.
what keeps you so active in the community?
You know, just trying to find the cure for being 46.
Just
I feel like video games are what help that.
I think you mean the fountain. You're looking for the fountain of youth, not Clone Hero.
Same thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
For real though, it's the fact that people here are nice.
Okay.
You know, I was a part of multiple.
I hate you.
All right, OrangeHat. Listen, you're not a person though, so you don't count. So.
You know, all right, you got me there. You got me on that one.
I was a part of multiple rhythm gaming communities, you know, from the original Guitar Hero days to Frets on Fire to Freetar to Guitar Flash
Guitar Raise, dude.
to Jam Band, which died after like a month.
If it tells you anything, I'd never heard of Jam Band, so.
Yeah, good. I was.
Have you heard of a jam stick?
I was.
Oh my god.
I was a member of RBN,
Okay.
which was great.
That's actually
That's-
pretty cool.
Sarcasm. I was also part of C3,
Nice. Yeah.
which was great. That's
All right.
actually kind of not sarcasm. That was actually pretty fun. But and
What are you a part of now?
I'm a part of life.
Plug my set list.
I am a part of Focal Point. It is a project being led by Jackie. It is coming soon. It is a set list. It's got great people on it, like Jackie and JRabes, and
Aaron
no one
Eternal.
else. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Erin Eternal's on it. She's cool. But no one else, especially no one in this podcast currently.
No one named
Especially
OrangeHat.
nobody.
No one. I'm not doing 2 charts and then dipping just so I could have my name in the credits.
Okay. That would be a pretty scumbag thing to do, man.
Yeah, that would be
Listen,
a terrible.
It could,
That,
you,
like, listen.
Yeah, he
What kind of
totally
person-
doesn't have orange slots on the spreadsheet.
What kind of person only does 1 chart and then dips just to get the clout? What a scumbag.
you could be worse. You could be like me in Circuit Breaker, who didn't even make a chart but still got in the credits.
Yeah, what the heck? Oh,
Yo.
you know what? Actually, I want to talk about something real quick because
Yeah, but that's not why I'm in the
Troy
credits.
Hero, the fall of Troy Hero. I helped
Yeah.
JP so much with that, and my name was not in the video for the release, but
Oh
everyone else
no.
that helped him made it in.
Dude, that
Oh,
sucks.
no.
You know whose name was in that video, dude? JRabes, dude. I heard he's awesome, dude. I heard he's cool as hell.
Oh my god! Everyone who helped except for me got credited.
I feel like I didn't know this was gonna be a tea spilling contest at this point.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
sad.
This is just the let's fucking fight podcast. All right, so
Yeah.
Jackie, what's your response to the
We're going to
question?
Nebraska.
What was the question again?
What drives you to stay active in the community?
Yeah, we got
well,
far away from that.
I'm currently a mod in the Eternal Society, so that definitely helps keep me active.
Okay.
Also just seeing people enjoy my charts, whether it be on streams or like if people DM me after they play them, and especially like my music and charts of my music, really makes me want to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. And we've talked to other charters before. Well, I've talked to them off podcast, just in general, and it seems like everybody's about the same. And I guess all three of you could kind of answer this question. But is that like a main driving point for you? Is just seeing other people playing your charts and enjoying them, or like getting compliments? Is that like just a big factor for you?
Well, I'd be lying if I said that I don't chart mainly for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like I would have given up on it if it weren't for other people being like, "Yo, are you Aeon Bridge EP?" and me being like, fine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I chart exclusively for the clout.
Okay.
I don't chart. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a host. This question wasn't for you.
Yeah. Well, he said it was.
I said all three, but I said all three.
Kick this
JRabes.
guy off. Can it just be Jackie?
Yeah, JRabes is banned now.
All right, cool, sick, dude. Thanks for having me. For real though, people enjoying my charts is really nice, especially since I put a lot of effort into them going through full difficulty because I know what it's like not being an expert player.
Mm-hmm.
When everyone else is, from back in the day when everyone was charting for the customs for like the OG Guitar Hero games like Guitar Hero 2 and shit like that, and me being like a medium player back then going, no one's charting for me.
I can't do it. You're a better person than I am.
Yeah, no, there's no way. I hate full difficulty. It makes me want to die.
Do you feel like?
The point was gonna be full difficulty.
Yeah, I was about to not be on it.
Yeah. Is it?
I have to say, all of my charts for Focal Point have full difficulty done. I just send you charts without them.
I know.
My question would be then, like, how hard is it to try to convert those from expert to hard and medium and easy? Like, because like obviously if you because like I feel like if you play expert and you're solid at expert, like you're not just like I'm now playing expert but I suck. You're like, I'm decent at expert. I feel like that'd be way harder to chart lower difficulties because you don't know like the skill gaps too well at that
hard
point.
Isn't too bad because you just make everything
a
like
little
easier, but still like kind of representing the song. Medium and easy are kind of tough because 4 or 3 frets, so you have to get really creative.
So I have less difficulty doing it simply because I did it for so many years being a member of RBN and C3 that it's just kind of second nature to me. I'm used to it. I've been doing it for so long.
Okay.
That to me it's easier to figure out. I mean, and everyone has their own style of doing full difficulty. There's plenty of people that, you know, like I was always taught, like, unless it's a super long sustain, don't really do sustains on easy. That's always something that I was taught. And everyone has their own different like things for it. Like, so just my style of charting and how I chart full difficulty and things like that is that it's not that hard for me how I do it, and like going through the process is just kind of normal for me now.
Yeah,
it's just something I'm used to.
I think
that makes sense.
For me, like, probably one of the reasons why I don't like doing full difficulties is back in 2006 I started playing the game, and then about a month or two later I was already on expert, so I haven't been playing those lower difficulties for years, so I just have no idea what they actually should be like in comparison to expert charts, where you just like, oh, there's a note there, put it.
See, that would be my concern, because I do want to get in charting still. But if I were to do full difficulty, I was in the same boat. I started with GH3, and within like 2 to 3 months, I was on expert. So it's been a good like over 12 years since I've touched those, playing full time on other difficulties. So I feel like that would just be a huge pain in the ass to try to like go back and do it, unless you're like studying other charts that are lower difficulty, you know? Like, is that like something that you do if you have to do full difficulty, or how do you like work around that?
I don't even study nothing. I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna take some notes out and just make it work.
It's like you can just you better just play it.
Yeah, I feel like studying charts, while great when you're starting off as a charter and trying to figure out how things should be charted on expert, if you're gonna study charts for full difficulty, that's not great because again, everyone has a different way of charting full difficulty.
Yeah.
Like with expert, you want to try to be as accurate as possible while still making the chart fun.
Mhm.
That's the main thing. That's the main goal with charting, basically, is that you don't want the notes to be a random mess, but you want it to make sense and still be a fun chart to play.
What if it
Yeah.
makes sense to be a random mess?
Then there you go.
Are we talking about brain drill charts?
Yeah, no, hold on, brain drill. There's a rhyme and reason to brain drill. They don't just they're not like doing random stuff like Buckethead.
But when it comes to full
I
difficulty,
think Buckethead is thinking very clearly about what he's doing.
Yeah, brain
He's
drill is just
really into
mindless.
Chromatic
Hold on,
diminished
he
stuff.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But when he's doing the like 8-finger tapping where it's just all over the place and you could put
notes
wherever and it just works.
Okay.
Whereas opposed
I
to
mean-
brain drill, it's all just sweeping. It's just
Here,
sweeping.
so
It's
no, the
sweeping
real
and tapping.
the real example would be someone like Omar from the Mars Volta,
Okay.
who doesn't necessarily play notes. He's pretty much stated before that he hates guitar and only wants it to make noise.
Gotcha.
So that's a situation where it'd be like trying to chart it accurately is also charting it as a random mess because he's got 14 pedals on and is just screaming into the pickups of his guitar.
Yeah, it definitely
Um,
makes sense.
But when it comes to full difficulty, you want to chart full difficulty pretty similar to how you chart expert, where you want the notes to make sense and still be playable. They just need to be, you need to put yourself pretty much in the mindset of someone who can't grasp the techniques and like what you need to play on expert.
Yeah.
One thing that sort of helped my perception of doing full difficulty was I was watching a streamer who was playing on hard, or he said he was usually a hard player. He plays songs on hard.
Yeah.
But he was playing, stuff on expert because it was just some customs and that was the only thing that was available. And he was missing a bunch of stuff. And it sort of made me realize, okay, so like hard players, they're like, there's like a sort of a skill gap.
Yeah.
Would you believe there's a skill gap between players that play on hard and medium and easy? There's like, it's actually
So here's my thing. Like, I feel like hard to expert isn't as bad. It's mostly just playing fast. I think the biggest leap overall is medium to hard. Because like if you're not used to sliding up the
Everyone
neck,
complains about that orange fret.
yeah, that's the worst one because I remember that being the hardest skill gap for me. And as soon as I got on hard, expert was actually not that bad for me once I learned how to slide. It was just getting my fingers to move that fast.
I had to like relearn how to play Guitar Hero to get from medium to hard because I used to play in first position the whole time because with medium you only have, and I was like trying to slide my pinky from blue to orange to play expert, which some people do play that way. I
Yeah.
can't fucking do it.
it's
So
optimal.
I relearned how to play switching from first to second positions, like moving my index from green to red, and then I was able to play expert. No,
Easy.
So my issue when the skill gap came, when I was playing Guitar Hero 2, and I was like, I'm gonna try Freebird. My issue came that I have very small hands.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that is so that skill gap where it's like, man, this game's already hard to play with my tiny dwarf hands. Let me try to move to now jumping 4 feet away to this new orange fret.
Yeah. See, mine wasn't that bad for the transition for that. It was getting in the rhythm to sliding up. I can stretch my pinky pretty easy because I have like kind of stupidly long fingers for like my hand size.
Yeah.
But like actually sliding up, so like say if you're like, it's more optimal if you're going like our sequence of like red, yellow, blue, orange, that kind of thing. It's more optimal to slide up. That was the hardest part for me, versus like if it's going like green to orange, like that's super easy. Like that's not an issue for me. So I think it all just kind of depends on what you can adapt to when you're going. But like going back to like Orange's original point, I feel like, because I've watched a few people especially in the directory, like newer streamers and stuff, just coming into the game playing on hard for a while, I've noticed like the biggest issue is them just not being able to play fast enough. Like most of them can hit the orange note, it's just they can't pick up the speed enough because they haven't had enough practice, you know? And so I feel like that's part of the biggest skill gap between all the difficulties. It's like learning to like, oh, I have to go from hitting like half a note per second to like hitting like maybe like anywhere from 5 to 10 that I'm not used to. And that could be a huge jump for a lot of people, depending how you are like mentally to adapt to it, you know? But kind of going to the next point, who are your guys' speaking of like streamers and stuff, who are some of your favorite community members for CH?
Now, Jackie, I need you to answer this truthfully. Who are some of your favorite community members that you currently have not previously kissed?
God damn it.
Now you gotta think about it.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, obviously I gotta include everyone in this podcast because I
Okay.
love you guys.
Hey!
Yeah, you're one of the people I respect most, but I'll wait my turn to go.
Thank
Everybody else as
you.
well. Yeah.
I had like this whole thing planned out to say, and now I've got like nothing.
And then I threw out that adage, and now you have nothing.
Oh, you got
I
shut
wanna
down by facts.
Yeah,
and
God.
definitely Eva, the mastermind behind Thousand Sun Sky,
Okay.
and Entombment, who is also a charter, is a really good friend of mine, as well as yeah, and JRabes, just because Jeremy's awesome.
That guy sucks.
Yeah. Jeremy's a sweetheart overall.
Yeah, he's a good boy. I like him.
Uh-huh.
And Dilsky, because he solos on all my music, and I love him.
Oh yeah.
All right, now what
And
if
if
we
I
do... What? No, continue.
No, that's it.
I was
You
gonna say,
can
what if we do include people that you have kissed?
yeah.
Aaron Eternal.
There you go.
All right. Okay,
Are you happy
J-
now? You got me
Yeah.
to say my girlfriend.
JRabes.
Yeah.
What?
Who
If you kiss.
All right. So, including people I've kissed. All right. Shout outs to my boy Randy Ladyman.
Okay. Oh man.
So I have to say all the people from the olden days, back when I used to travel and do
Oh yes, King Henry IV.
Mhm.
yeah, back when I used to travel live shows so that I was not decapitated or did not catch the bubonic plague by force. Well, look who decided to show up. But
The bubonic.
I have to give a shout out to the people that I met at various competitions and expos back in the day.
Hi,
Uh-huh.
sweetheart.
Ha.
Ignore the chat.
JLC is one of them.
Okay.
There are shout outs to Ben. If you don't remember Ben,
Ben Eberly.
he was
Hell yeah.
little kid, used to play, blew
Dude, he's
everyone's
still-
mind.
Still 10 years old to this day.
He's still
Mhm.
10, dude. He's still 10, doesn't age. And then there's the obvious ones. There's Alec, who literally I would not be in the position that I'm in if it wasn't for Alec.
Makes sense. Yeah.
The world's greatest chart of all time.
Yeah.
My Fame Disappearing Act, as well as also the world's worst chart of all time, A Song for Osai.
No, that one's great.
Nah, that one's
I could talk about that for hours.
yeah, let's not. So, and then of course there's all the people that are currently in my life through this realm. You know,
This
everyone
plane
in
of
this call,
existence. Yeah.
everyone in this call,
Yeah.
everyone in the ES who
I'm trying to kiss up to us.
brought me here. There's Jeremy. you know, all the cool people.
Batman.
Shout out to Batman, dude.
Gotcha.
Shout out Amanda, Ecliptic Bread Queen.
Yeah, Bread Queen's
she's
pretty
cool.
sick. Yeah.
Listen, Artemis, we already know. You don't need to call me out on this. I'm not good at talking.
Ignore the chat.
Also, shout outs to two people I forgot from back in the day. JRabes,
Yeah.
who
Okay.
is obviously still around to this day, as well as George, who, again, obviously still around to this day.
Yeah, I know JPrez was taking a little bit of a break, but he's been coming back in the director a little bit, so that's been pretty fun seeing him playing the game and shit a little more, you know. That's been a fun one. What about you, Orange? Who are some of your fave peeps?
Oh, everyone in this call right now.
I feel like this is the cop out for everybody right now.
You guys just got punked. No, listen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go on my Twitter and look at my follower list. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, I feel special then. That makes sense.
Good answer.
You're on my follower list. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know. I don't think actually. Well, I don't know about everyone on my follower list, but we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Mine's kind of gonna be kind of like a longer list with like JRabes, but I'm gonna kind of break it down to like significant people that kind of expose me to more people, you know. So like one of the most obvious ones is Randy, because legitimately without Randy I would not have met so many people. Like I started talking to Jeremy heavy because of like a Discord rant that got me in, and then that exposed me to like Naruga and a whole bunch of other people that are pretty cool that I enjoy, and then JRabes because all that stuff. And then
to say everyone in this call.
dude, I already said that's a cop out. That's the obvious answer, man.
Dude,
you know.
the best answer.
All right. Everybody in this call. I was saying. There we go.
Oh my god.
Man, what a cop-out answer.
Yeah. No. But like, legitimately, without Randy, I would not have met probably a quarter of the people that I know to this point. So he's been a huge part. Getting connected with Erin and a lot of her community has been pretty good, because I've met a lot of people through that. Obviously, like JRabes and Jackie being a part of that is how I got exposed to them more. But Erin's a big reason I've met a lot of people. A few of my smaller homies in the director I found randomly, like Gentle Giant. He's a really cool guy. Wazer Brazer, Bro Sama, all the homies that kind of like we just BS and voice calls and stuff. Like those are some of my like long-term day ones, like way back when I first started, and those are like some people I can go to and vent to a lot with stuff going on, and vice versa. Like they come to me with a whole bunch of stuff going on, like real life stuff, you know. So I mean, bottom line, like there's a ton of people in the community, and it would take me like probably like 6 years to name everybody with how many people I like know and respect. But that's a lot of like the main names that I'm really good with in the community, that kind of thing. And then we got like some of my day one mods, like you know, abusive and stuff in chat. But like the really big like players and charters are like the ones I named a little earlier, that kind of thing, and who have always been there for like stuff going on and stuff. So those are some of the homies that are really important to me specifically.
We've talked about our favorite people in the community. But what's your favorite flavor of Mountain Dew? Mine's Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
Baja
Yo,
Blast.
speaking of Baja Blast, why don't you look at the camera where we have a bottle of Baja Blast
Yo,
right now.
This stream is brought to you by Mountain Dew Baja
We're not
Blast. Brought to you by
sponsored by Mountain
PepsiCo.
Dew, but we want to be.
Give us the sponsorship.
Hell yeah. Mountain Dew, if you're
abusive.
listening, you're missing out.
Sometimes I go to Taco Bell just to get Baja Blast.
Yo,
Abusive. I know I shouldn't make you mad because I'm expecting a package from you, but original Mountain Dew is garbage tier.
Dude,
Mount-
I
don't
don't
like it.
You won't be able to see the chat.
Mountain Dew Typhoon is also a really good flavor. I'm very upset, but my all-time favorite is the Red Game Fuel. Red Game Fuel beats everything besides Baja Blast.
Code Red is pretty good.
Red is solid, but Game Fuel is
It
just
sure tastes like red.
god tier. Yeah,
It tastes like the color red.
it does. It's very Cody. It's very close to coding.
Dude, it's very Cody. Very sweet life of Zach and Cody.
All right, listed here, buddy. You can't steal my joke.
All right, let's move on from Mountain Dew, please.
No,
Alright.
keep going. All right.
To kind of swing it back to like more on JRabes and Jackie, which one of your songs or charts are you guys most proud of? You can say one of each if they're separate, but like I'm sure there's a specific song or chart that each of you are very fond of and have like a lot of emotion into or something along those lines. Like, do you?
Jacob, you go first. I have to look through my charts.
Banana bread. Banana bread at work.
Banana bread at work.
Easily my best chart.
Okay.
For real. My Fame Disappearing Act. That was the chart that like kind of blew me up as a charter in a sense, because that was a chart that everyone played, and that's the one chart of mine that is fairly universally liked.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Other than that, there's the obvious answer of A Song for a Sigh, because while I may now currently hate that song with a burning passion,
Yeah.
it was still like it. I mean, I put a lot of effort into that. I sat in Alex chat and collected just random things that people said for a month
Yeah.
and used them as song lyrics. And one of the lyrics, by the way, happens to be the S of the ES, Shooped herself. So
Okay.
that's cool, because that was pretty much my connection, and how I got into the ES was because I used something that Shoop said in a chat as a song lyric.
That makes
Hell
sense.
But that kind of just put eyes on me and got me seen as a charter. Got me seen as a meme charter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
You had to work your way out.
When's a song for Randy?
Okay.
All right then, Jackie, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, so I've got a couple charts that I'm really proud of. Obviously, I have to mention "Time Is the Enemy" from Antihero 1.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I literally like quit and went back to that song over a period of 6 months before I finally finished it, because it was that awful to chart. Like, any aspiring jazz fusion charters out there, just don't chart Sean Lane. Just don't do it.
I'm gonna.
Of course, I'm charting another for Focal Point, but it's not nearly as bad.
Mhm.
But I do have a couple things in Focal Point that I'm also like really happy about. I did a chart of a live
I love Pearl
live
Jam.
performance. A live performance. Shut up. A live performance of like just jamming over the Tornado of Souls solo section that Jackie Vincent and Angel Vivaldi like battled each other during their tour together.
Yeah.
That was one of the most frustrating charts. Really fun to play, and I have the video along with it and everything, so I'm pretty happy about that. And
Okay.
then yeah, I guess those are like the two that immediately come to mind. And then as far as like music that I've made, I have a really love-hate relationship with Antimatter Sword, because everyone seems to really like it, but also it's like kind of over the top for the sake of being over the top, and I feel like I like Antimatter Sword 2 that Jacob and I are working on right now kind of does the same thing but better.
Yeah. And we'll kind of sneak into Antimatter Sword 2 later too, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna do a live performance of it right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let me just get my amp that I don't have right now. Aside from that, like Eon Eternal is really, and Paganini's Demon is like my dad's favorite song of mine, and that was a lot of fun to write. And obviously Moonlight Sonata, because I keep going back to it. Stuff like that. Like I have a lot of things that are really near and dear to me.
Makes sense. It's reasonable as well.
That's nice.
Kind of like relaying into that, then how long have both of you been playing and writing music, like instruments and all that fun stuff and composing?
I have an answer to this that hurts to say out loud.
All right.
Oh no.
20 years.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. When you're almost 46.
I have been playing music for 20 years. I started playing drums in 1999.
Nice.
And started writing music. No, actual drums. Please, banged on pots and pans when I was like in like 1932. So,
Okay, Blue Man Group.
1917.
Yeah, dude.
Moving on.
So I started writing music pretty much a year later in 2000.
Okay.
Granted, it wasn't good. Seriously started writing music and things like that in around 2005, 2006, and that's when I started taking music seriously.
It's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, 20 years of working on and writing music.
That's crazy.
And look at where you are.
And look at where I am, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
You're a clone hero degenerate. All right. Well, what about you, Jackie?
Let me think here. I started writing music the summer after my freshman year, so pretty late, all things considered. And I just graduated, so what is that, 4 years? God, it's been 4 years, ew. Yeah, so I bought Guitar Pro, like the tablature soft,
Yeah.
on a whim because I had like $70 in Guitar Center gift cards or something. And I just started writing bad music in there, and that's how Aeon Bridge started.
I mean, it's not bad though. Yeah, I mean,
Eventually
you've got.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you've got like comparatively now for playing about 4 years, you've got some nice shreddy stuff you've made. So, I mean, you got so like to put it in perspective, I've played for like 8 or 9 years on guitar now, and I've done no solo-y shit. Like I would be more of like a rhythm guitarist because I just like doing like really genty like riffs and stuff like that.
It's really important to remember that 95 or more of what like you hear in Aeon Bridge is programmed or like recorded at half speed.
Well, yeah, but like it's a fact that you could still like think to compose that stuff. Like I would never even venture to try to do stuff like that. So you like
guitar playing a lot.
Yeah, it's just like the intellect behind it, let alone the ability to play, is very solid.
I just need to point out how, to be completely honest, fucking jealous I am of this.
What?
Because like I said, I have been writing music for almost 20 years. I've been playing for 20 years. Meanwhile, I can't write most metal music to fucking save my life. It takes me like months to write a metal song.
Mhm.
And she just busts out banger after banger quickly. And she's only been doing this for about 4 years.
To be fair,
That's like that's incredible.
To be fair, you gotta look at your voice you have on stuff though. Like I don't know any other vocalists that can do as nice as vocals as you, at least not personally. I mean, obviously there's people in the world that are insane vocalists, but like I don't know anybody personally that could do better vocals than you, JRabes. So
God, what's your highest note? Is it an E7, Jacob?
E7.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Fucking hell.
I don't know if you guys haven't checked out JRabes shit, which we do have it right here. You guys see it on the podcast stuff, or if you're
Buy
on
Jacob's music.
yeah, if you're on,
listen to my music at twitch.tv/Shavrolet.
No, hold on. The link right now. Look at the. Go to the link right there, jackobraben.bandcamp.com.
yeah.
And you'll see some of his tunes.
And if you're on SoundCloud right now listening, because we'll have this uploaded to SoundCloud as well, we'll have the links in there for Jacob's and Jackie's Bandcamps and all their socials and stuff for you to check out their any of their stuff if you've never heard of it, or if you want to find them in more spots. So, but if you're a Clone Hero player, obviously you can download a lot of their charts, because
If you're a Clone Hero player, you've probably heard of me because it's the game.
yeah, exactly.
And if you're a Clone Hero player, you probably have no idea who I am.
And if you're a Clone
That's
Hero
false.
player, get a life. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're all degenerates, dude. It's
Hey,
all good.
Orange, do you know what podcast you're on right now?
No, wait, hold on. What?
Wait, what? Where am I?
Hold on, wait, hold on. I'm
Listen,
on
I-
a podcast right now.
I blacked out for the past 37 years. Where am I?
Hold on, wait, hold on. What's going on? What podcast is this?
I thought this was a Mountain Dew advertisement.
I thought,
It's a
yeah.
long Mountain Dew advertisement.
Baja Blast.
Isn't
Yeah.
life just one big Mountain Dew advertisement?
Yeah. Yeah, you just walk to your local supermarket and it's right there in your
One big
face.
mountain that you have to climb.
Yeah. So to kind of go off of that, what got you both into producing or like composing music? So was there like any specific person or like some sort of passion that evolved? Yeah, bands, anything like that?
A flower that you saw, and you're like, I'm gonna write music.
Yeah, and this kind of goes in with like inspiring you and your inspirations behind like what you do now. You can kind of tie that in. But like what all for all that, like just each of you.
Jacob, you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So, has been playing guitar since before I was born. He's a pretty talented metal and jazz guitar player. He's actually guested on a couple of my songs, including the electric version of On Guard and the best of version of Antimatter.
Electric version of On Guard. I haven't seen that. What the hell?
So I have an acoustic version of it, and then
Yeah, I know. I got that.
I don't have a chart of it.
Oh, well, all right. That's the problem.
Wow.
Okay. Anyway, so like my dad has always been a big musical influence on me, but like as to talk more about like bands and contemporaries and stuff. Dragon Force is obviously a really big influence on me. You can find some other licks in my music. As well as Firewind,
Okay.
Yngwie Malmsteen, a lot of neoclassical stuff. And as for people that inspire me like now to write music, I have to mention my two muses, Katie and Aaron. Like, if I like don't know what I want to do for a song, will definitely give me an idea one way or another.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Is there like
And sometimes, oh yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say, like, is there? I'm assuming all this is like continuing inspirations for your music now, not only like what got you into music.
Oh yeah, I mean I didn't know Aaron until
Well, yeah,
last year.
Just
yeah.
met Aaron 5 minutes ago. It's crazy.
It's so wild.
What a small world.
Imagine going to someone's house and then not meeting them until a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
In my situation, my neighbor had a drum kit,
Okay.
and
Hands in the kitchen.
yeah, my neighbor had a bunch of pots and pans, and I broke in and just started punching them, and I was like, man, I want to do this for a living. My neighbor had a drum kit, and he let me like play on it a few times after whenever, and I just one day went up to my mom and I was like, drums. She was like,
Drums.
she was like, no, I've feared this day my entire life.
I like how you just sounded like you were a caveman. You were like, Mom, drums.
I was up and I was like, I want the drum.
I have a tangent question.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Jacob, what was the first song you learned to play on guitar and the first solo you learned?
First song I ever learned on guitar was American Idiot by Green Day.
Oh man.
And I guess the first solo I learned would be the solo to that. But the first like actual tough guitar solo I learned was, I gotta think about this actually. Probably Tom Sawyer by Rush.
Wow, I mean that's
Okay.
not easy.
Yeah.
It's a spicy boy.
Yeah. So that was the first like actually somewhat hard song I learned on guitar.
All right.
Sounds fun.
The first song I learned to play and the first solo I learned was "Am I Evil" by Diamond Head.
Nice. Oh, I learned like the intro for Am I Evil. That's such a fun one to play.
The solo or
Like
just the
just the intro beginning. It's just satisfying to play because it just sounds nice. Yeah. Yeah, that part, and then you get like the internet, that part. Yeah, it's all good. It's just a good banger.
Dang, now you got me thinking about that question.
Yeah, my
Like, I don't.
if you want to think
whenever
about it still, yeah.
Well, hold on a second. Whenever I play guitar, I don't really play anything that has solos, but I did at one point try and learn Seasons by Dragon Force, the acoustic version.
Ooh.
That sounds cool.
And the solo from that is fast. I never got it down, but I got the rest of the song down real well.
It's not bad. I
But,
used
like,
to.
I don't know if like shredding on a real guitar is my thing. I prefer slower stuff.
Yeah, I'm not good at solos. I can do nice riffs. First song ever was "Smoke on the Water," like a lot of people.
I
Just
think
because.
that's probably the same for me.
Yeah, because like I just had one of those generic books. It's like top 20 classic rock songs or whatever the fuck. So you had like Aqualung and like a whole bunch of stuff on there like that. But like a year or two later after that was when Death Magnetic came out, and my parents got me the tab book, and I learned the majority. Like I don't remember all the songs now because it'd been a while since I played a lot of them, but I had learned the majority of like the Death Magnetic songs like up to the solos, and those are really fun to play and shred on, especially if you get like their like 48th version of Unforgiven off that album. But it's pretty fun to just like get stuff, even just tabs. Like if you can't read music, tabs are very easy to read. Like it's almost like playing Clone Hero or Guitar Hero for me, because you know you can kind of play along and just look at the tabs, or like it's the same thing as reading sheet music. You just read along to the sheet music. If you don't know it, you play it as you go. So it's really fun. And then like if you're new, like Songster, I don't know if you guys know what Songster is. But basically, yeah, it's like video tabs, so to play along and play the sounds, it's nice.
I search for songs anytime I'm about to chart something, just in case someone's made it easy for me.
I keep forgetting to do that. I feel like I should do it more
relate.
often.
Yeah.
I mean, wrong, but sometimes it's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tabs are usually. I have not found a single tab that was 100% correct.
I learned.
Not even the tabs of my own music are 100% correct.
I haven't used tabs in many years, but I have seen.
You go to music school, asshole.
This is true, but I have seen Songster, and that looks like it's one of the most useful tools for anyone starting out, or even anyone that just kind of wants to quickly learn a song.
It's how I learned the most of my System of a Down songs I know how to play. And what's useful about it too is like a lot of websites, they just tell you the tuning, and then if you don't know how to tune, you have to get like some sort of tuner, or like you have to go like on a second website and do it. But they have it all on that website. So if you go in your song, it's like, yeah, this song's drop C tuning, and then it'll show you. You can click like a sound button for each individual string and tune it and sync it to those while you're on the tab page before you play the song, which is nice.
This podcast is sponsored by Songster, by the way.
Yeah, when did we start talking about Songster so much?
No, yeah, but
Well, as you know, Songster is the Mountain Dew of guitar tab websites.
Baja Blast of tabs.
yeah, episode 4 of Clone Hero
Songster,
podcast.
For gamers, not by them.
Yeah, next episode we're gonna be sponsored by Baja Blast and Songster specifically. Just
Not
wait for
bad
our
sponsors
plugs.
to have.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next question?
Yeah.
What has been your favorite moment since becoming a part of the community?
Now, Jackie.
Okay.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What's your favorite? The most favoritist thing?
I mean, obviously, it's for more reasons than just community related, but honestly, with Aaron was really fucking fun.
Uh-huh.
Like that would probably be it. Like I could talk about the release of Antihero or Antihero Beach episode or anything like that, but I think just like being on stream was super fucking neat.
Yeah.
And like just kind of getting to play my own music and interact with people that like I knew was really cool, because I'm not a streamer, so that was really, really special for me.
Yeah, I feel like that's really weird if you're not used to streaming and you first get into it, and it's like nice, like a head rush. It's almost because it's like I know for me, when I first started streaming specifically, when you have no viewers and then you get that sudden rush of like, oh, I've got like 5 people in my chat talking to me. Like there's people actually watching me do stuff, you know, like you get that rush. So I'm sure that's like a very similar feeling.
Yeah.
Mine might have been one of them is I actually got to go to, like, I got to talk and go to Harmonix.
Oh.
It's right next to where I go to school, so it's not that far. I could just walk a few blocks and be like, oh hey. That was cool.
So you're telling us you could have made their charts less shitty?
Oh dude, no. But you know, getting to meet a bunch of people
Okay.
in this community, like in real life, or seeing people. Well, even prior to PAX, seeing people that I met back then blow up or still be popular today.
Yeah.
Like people like George, who I met at a couple Guitar Hero competitions, who may have ended my entire career of competitive Guitar Hero playing, knocked me out of a fucking competition in the first round. But you know, just seeing them stay relevant and stay popular, that's kind of a cool moment in itself.
Okay. Yeah.
And also, I mean, this community led me to you know, I tease on Jackie the entire fucking podcast, but it led to me meeting my partner as well, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Clone
Right.
Hero is just the most complex dating website.
Yeah. Twitch
City folks just don't get it.
Twitch and Discord are like the Tinders and Bumbles of the Clone Hero community. Basically, you kind of just see each other and you're like, all right, and then you start talking in Discord and then it just happens. That's what it seems like anyway.
Clone Hero was actually created by Match.com.
Yeah, that's our third sponsor. Next episode. Orange, what about you? What was your favorite moment being in the community so far?
I'm single, so I got nothing.
Same.
We're gonna edit that out.
Oh
Geez,
man.
My favorite moment.
Oh man.
Okay. That's.
I have a favorite OrangeHat moment.
I'm
Okay,
sure a
do
couple
tell.
people have favorite OrangeHat moments. I would agree with that, yeah.
I was in VC I was in the Eternal Society, and like a bunch of people were in there, but I remember Aaron, OrangeHat, me, and JP were all in there, and you guys mentioned my Dream Theater solo medley chart, and then I can't remember who challenged who, but you and JP just started like sharing your screens and playing that Dream Theater solo medley at like 1% speed, and I've never seen anything like that, just like so casually before. It was like watching two gods arm wrestle. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you're like, I don't know if you've been paying attention to anything I've been doing. I doubt it, but I'm actually trying to FC that medley.
I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
Listen, a fortune in lies makes me want to cry.
It makes me want to cry too.
I got a -10.
I would never chart it like that today. Like, oh god. That was the peak of me charting way too accurately.
No, it's fine. I love it. But God, favorite moment. There's so many that I could think of.
I mean, if you have like a collection or like they're roughly the same, just kind of you can like gloss over and do that.
You know, okay, I guess I don't know. There's a couple moments that like kicked things off as far as my involvement in the community, I guess. One of them being the fake band that I'm in with Lord Renegade and Char Cthulhu, who's I haven't talked to him in like months. We're called Yurger Burger or Grow.
Okay.
and to those of you who can't keep up with that, which is everyone, that's the red snake from Through the Fire and Flames just spelled out.
Yeah. That makes
For a
sense.
second, I thought it was the snake from Greengrass and High Tides.
No, that's no one knows that. Dude. What the hell? But like, yeah, we were like, hey, we're gonna make a fake band, and we did, and we just haven't made any music because it's a fake band.
You should do it.
I don't know.
I
You
want to.
roasted that kid on stream the other day playing an instrument. You should just do it.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
I'm gonna record a technical death jazz album and release it under that name without telling you.
Do it. Please do
or
it.
Just tell me, and we can collab on it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of JRabes
All right,
vocals,
then.
it's just OrangeHat talking casually as the vocals.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
Spoken word.
I'm just gonna download an entire OrangeHat stream. Not even edit it. I'm just gonna lay it on top of just a random instrumental track that I make.
Yeah.
God.
It's like a combination of Rings of Saturn and then like Moonlight Sonata, but like the actual classical version. So you just combine them both, and then you just have like insane piano melodies and then just alien core, and then there you go. And then
Hey,
you
well,
throw.
you know what? While I got you two here, if me and Lord Renegade here wanted to make a song, would you guys help us? Because I don't have anything to record with. I can't like actually make something quality. JRabes, would you be down?
No.
Hell yeah, dude. I know
No.
I can count on you.
Listen, I will produce anybody who asks me.
Hell yeah.
That's
okay.
not true. That's actually a lie. That's a blatant lie. But
I'll ask,
I mean,
don't worry,
yeah,
I'll
I'll
ask
help you.
16. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, dude, 16 will charge you like 3 gummy bears an hour.
Oh god.
Dude, he'll charge me like $2,000, and I'll be like,
You'll produce
yeah.
pretty girls' music.
Dude, he asked me. He wants more than $10 to do a kazoo solo.
Dude, Orange can just send him some of his black tar heroin. Right?
I don't think that would work on him.
You don't think so?
Anyways, hold on. I had another moment
Okay.
that I want to talk about before we started talking about black tar heroin again. I know we keep coming back to that.
We have
It's
to.
so hard to quit.
It's a staple.
It's so hard to quit. I'm hooked on it.
It just smells so good.
No, but another moment that was sort of significant was when Randy did a giveaway of a wired Les Paul,
Oh yeah.
and yours truly won it. And I don't know. Ever since then, it seemed like after that happened, people started talking to me more.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started talking to more people, and then it just sort of grew from there. And now like at least 6 or 7 people know who I am.
At least 6.
At least.
That just that reminds me of the SpongeBob meme where they walk in the mattress store and then SpongeBob was like, "How many do you think there are?" And he's like, 10. At least 10. At least 10. that
SpongeBob's like, wow.
Dude, that just reminds me so much like that. It's so good. I personally, I don't think I have like a specific one event that's been a favorite, because I've had like a lot of like cool stuff that's happened. I'd say like my favorite stuff that's happened, or favorite times rather, is like all of the random VCs that I get into. So like Discord voice calls. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No. All the random like Discord voice chats I get in with people, and then we just like chat, and it's literally just BSing for like anywhere from like 3 to 12 hours sometimes. Like
Dude,
I think
he BS in the random feces.
yeah, BS and the
That's
random
last joke
feces.
That's the last joke I'm gonna make about that.
Yeah, no, because like I've spent ridiculous amounts of time, especially back like January, February, with like Jeremy and OrangeHat specifically in VCs. And then like recently I've been hanging out with like Will, like GH Addict, and them. And then I've been hopping in like the Eternal Society stuff. Like it'll be like 3 a.m. and I can't fucking sleep, and I'm like, yo, who's in here? Oh, there's like 6 people. Let's drop in, dude, and just go in there.
24/7 VC.
Yeah. So like just like going around and seeing who's around and just talking to people is always like a fun time for me, especially because like I love meeting people and talking to people, and so that's like a big part of me finding my way in the community, is just having fun talking to people. Really, that's been my favorite part. So Have you guys had like a worst moment or a worst experience that you're willing to talk about, or like a bad experience?
This podcast.
I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, I really shouldn't either.
That's what I'm saying, like that you're willing to talk about, or like something is slightly less than the worst.
Slightly less worst. It was me. You can say it. It was meeting me. Okay, you can say it. All right.
Yeah, it was OrangeHat. It was OrangeHat coming over my house for the first time.
Yeah.
It's really awkward.
Put my feet up on his couch.
He put his feet on his couch. Didn't take off the boots he was wearing. He went in my house. He went in my fridge, ate all my string cheese, and then just left.
Damn.
String cheese.
Yeah.
I do have something kind of related to the community I could talk about.
Okay.
So obviously Aaron and I met for the first time, like 2 weeks ago?
5 minutes ago. Oh.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Exactly.
Yeah.
We tried to meet up like right at the beginning of the year, so like January 6th, I want to say. And I was driving because at the time I was in Michigan, so I was like a 6-hour drive from her. I got 4 hours into the drive, so I was in Ontario, and I got into a car accident. Car wasn't totaled, but it was undrivable. So yeah, that was pretty rough. That's probably like one of the worst experiences, not only slightly relating to Clone Hero, but like of my entire life.
Yeah.
But it all worked out in the end.
I guess an experience I could share was I mentioned Score Hero, and I mentioned like the garbage reviews that I got for my actually garbage charts. But like looking back on that, I deserve those completely, understandably. But when I first like got into the Clone Hero community and wanted to try to make my name, I'm not gonna name names. Cough, OrangeHat. No.
Right, listen here, buddy.
I'm not gonna
put you in your place.
I don't want to start a drama or witch hunt against somebody, but I will say that I was told, after trying to make my name and things like that, and this was after a song for a sign and things, I was told that I was a garbage meme charter and would amount to nothing in this community.
Oh.
Ooh,
I'm really
yikes.
curious as to who said that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
Okay.
I know who it was.
Yeah, Orange knows the story.
I know who it was.
But yeah,
That's
that
a big
was
yikes.
fun. That was a fun time. That's the worst. That's the worst situation that I can probably talk about without actually talking about it.
That sucks.
Yeah. I think that's like the shittiest thing you do with a charter, because like I've had quite a few people come through. They're like, hey, this is my first chart, can you like give me feedback? And like I don't chart, but I know what should be in a chart and how it should be, and generally it's like the same stuff. It's like tempo mapping or something, or like somebody does like ascendings where there should be descendings, like a lot of common mistakes some people do, especially if they don't play real instruments. And so like I generally try to be like, yeah, maybe like clean up your tempo mapping, and if you want me to try it again, you can like send it back and I'll talk you through it. But like just straight up like shooting somebody down and saying they're garbage is just stupid, because
Toxic.
well, not only that, but like there's somebody actively trying to give to the community and give more back to like everybody else to play, and just saying somebody's garbage and not giving constructive feedback, cough, anybody like that, fucking anybody in like the CH Discord that like gives stupid advice that doesn't make any sense, you're just hurting the rest of the community, because you're not helping somebody improve when they could become like the next like decent charter if you give them that like little tweak of advice that could set them up. It's
Yeah,
you got a worse moment.
That's a good way of looking at it, because like if you look at like all these charters, like we're not all gonna be charting for Clone Hero forever,
yeah.
I am.
Like look at someone like Puppets. Like he really laid the foundation for like what custom charts were supposed to be back in the day, especially on the FOF forums. That dude's long gone. Like Puppets and Angel and GHX are all kind of from that same era, and like
Yeah.
without them, I don't think I would.
I think Orange asked me what my worst one is.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a couple. There's some I don't want to do public because like I'd have to. It's either obvious because I've talked to people or given names. But I'd say one of them. It's not like exactly the worst, but I have had people that like try to tell me it's not good to hang out with or be chill with like pretty much everybody in the community. Cause like, so like most people that have talked to me, I'm really laid back and I'm like, as long as you and I don't have beef, like if you have beef with somebody else, like generally that's your beef to the extent, like, you know, that doesn't affect me. But when people bring that in and try to bring that as an issue to me, that's a problem. And I've had people that try to like bring that up and try to do issues and then all that.
That's never fun.
And I've had, apart from that, I've had somebody specifically tell me that like I shouldn't have as many viewers as I get when I stream because like my followers are lower than theirs and dumb stuff like that. And it's like, okay, dude, like that's the reason why you have low viewers is because you have dumb attitudes like that. Like don't come to me in like a disc, because usually it's like somebody comes to ask for advice and I give them advice and they don't take it and then they complain that they're not getting like that their content's not taking them anywhere, and then when I try to help them out then they do stuff like that. Well, I have more followers than you, why don't I have as many viewers as you? And they like do it like as a backhanded type of thing. And so it's like, you know, that's just gonna make me not want to associate with you anymore, that kind of thing. Like obviously I can't do names with that kind of thing because I'm not gonna like blast anybody, but I would say that's the most I can say for something, for like a worse situation.
I'll give names. JRabes. What a jerk.
Yeah, JRabes is toxic, dude. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
That's been about mine. What about you, Orange?
Let me tell you a terrible, terrible story.
All right.
It all started when I was 7.
Okay.
I was gonna make up a story and have it go on forever, and it's not really worth it to waste your time like that. I don't have any terrible stories. Nothing really bad has happened to me personally.
I mean, not necessarily bad, just like bad experiences. Like maybe an interaction.
I mean, again, not really, because I try to be cool with everybody, no matter who they are. But one thing that does sort of spoil my mood is when something happens to someone else, and it's like it's sort of unnecessary drama being created, and it's like you just can't help but feel bad for the person that's just like sort of being roasted for no reason.
Yeah.
There's been a couple moments like that where it's like I wish I could do something, but I really can't, except for, you know, just like talk to them afterwards and be like, yo man, like I got your back.
Yeah.
But I don't know, nothing particularly bad has happened to me. I lost a Twitter follower the other week.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
It's always bad when you lose some Twitter follows.
I don't want to say what tweet it was that made me lose a follower, but some of y'all know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know because I saw the tweet and I died.
Yeah.
Because then I immediately saw the follow-up tweet and died harder.
Oh god.
Die hard too.
Oh my lord. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That was a doozy. But yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. There's this immature people. That's usually what it comes down to.
Okay, there's this guy called Wix. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
This guy is a scumbag to the highest degree. Okay.
Oh, I've heard the same.
He's just absolutely the worst.
I've heard he likes to just talk shit all day, and that's all he does. That's all he does. It's a sad life, you know.
I heard he likes it when his socks get wet.
Yeah, he enjoys it. He
showers in his socks. Yeah.
Did you hear that about that one time he scammed Asai?
Yeah, he fucked up his guitar.
What a
Yeah.
terrible person. All
Yeah.
right,
So moving on.
So I have a question specifically towards Jackie.
Oh no.
Why did you not accept OrangeHat's solo submission?
No. Shut up.
The Antimatter Sword 2 solo
Get
submission
outta
that I
here.
didn't ask for, that one. God, I don't even remember exactly what the circumstances thing that to me were, but I was just like, no. He sent me
Okay.
this like minute-long solo.
It was
out of
20
nowhere.
seconds.
It sounded a lot longer.
Oh my god. Okay, let me give you the story behind that. Me and JRabes.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm dragging you down with me, brother. We were
Oh,
in a
man.
VC, he was talking about how like he was doing stuff for Antimatter Sword 2 or something. I was like, yo, what if I just sent Jackie a solo completely unprompted? And he
Yeah.
was like, she would say no. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna do it anyways.
Nice.
And then you said no, and I was like, well, yeah, that's what I expected.
So
I
would I
know.
lie to you?
I heard it.
know,
You
makes me sad
probably
that
would.
I didn't get a solo from Eva for that song.
Wow, mine could have been used.
I heard you totally crushed Orange when that happened. That's what he told me.
Yeah, you suplexed me. You roasted
You know
me
who I?
for-
You know, we'll
Dragging
talk
on
about
top
it
rope.
in a little bit.
Dragon
What?
suplex on the top rope.
Oh man. Will
I thought
we
it
be
was
getting?
hilarious. I thought I did a pretty good job. All right, I'm gonna have JRabes use that solo for something.
Yeah, I have one specifically for JRabes now. Are we? When Clone Hero gets rebranded into the new game and whatnot, and gets all the like, you know, the full band shit going on, are we gonna get any JRabes vocal charts?
Yes, but none of them are gonna be pitched. It's all just gonna
It's all
be.
growls.
It's not gonna. No, it's not gonna be growls either. They will be pitched. Sorry, but they'll only be one pitch. It'll just be an A2 the entire time.
Oh, okay.
I would be upset if it wasn't as auto-tuned as T-Pain.
Can we get auto-tuned Joe Swanson vocal chart?
Yes, please.
Oh my god.
That leads
Now
me
let me tell you
into
something. Hey,
Yeah.
Shavrolet.
yeah. Is there a future for JRabes as a voice actor of Joe Swanson?
Now better. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Clone Hero podcast.
Okay.
All right. Guska. This is not. We don't talk.
Wait, we're not in Emperor's New
Joe.
Groove. We said Joe Swanson.
Listen,
Yeah.
I am a time traveling genie.
What? That's not even time traveling. It's two separate things.
No,
What?
It's the same. It's the
Oh,
same.
okay. Emperor's New Groove is like Family Guy, but like 2,000 years in the past. Is that what you're telling
It's
me?
Family Guy, but with David Spade. Now,
Okay. Got you. That makes sense. Okay.
the answer is no.
All right.
No.
All right.
Is there a future for your harmonica career?
Yeah.
Dude. Fuck. Showed up. I gotta leave.
What?
So I had to flex on.
So
him. I had to
done.
flex on him.
Oh man. All right. Now back to like kind of serious. Antimatter Sword 2. Elaborate.
Electric Boogaloo.
Literally just elaborate.
So, Antimatter Sword, the original, was the last song before like the Jackie Vincent bonus tier in Antihero 1. Obviously, I'm not part of the Antihero team anymore. I left.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do a sequel to that because a lot of people really like that song for one reason or another. And I wanted to go all out and basically better sword. Now, I feel like I did. I don't know if people that listen to it are going to feel the same way. But I do have a list of people that are soloing in the song, if you guys care to know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You gonna leak that info?
World
Yeah, no,
premiere.
I don't mind giving people a little bit of
World
hype.
premiere. My name better be on that, by the way.
All right. Yeah, get
All right,
get
so,
get the people hyped right now.
Let's go. Who's on
got
Antimatter
a-
Sword 2?
First guest solo is JRabes.
Okay.
Chaotrope has
Ooh.
a really long solo.
Chaotrope's
But I don't.
nice. All right.
reprising his role as the bullshit soloist.
Okay.
Dilsky, also known as Dylan Meldrum, if you're familiar with my song credits at all.
Mhm.
Randy Ladyman has a song. It's actually really good.
Oh,
I
hell
was
yeah.
in the BC when he made it. He spent like 5 hours playing Megalovania. And then he was like, okay, let's write a solo now.
I found out that he played keyboards, and same day I was like, I want him on my song.
All right.
So originally he was going to just send you Megalovania on repeat
I'm so glad he didn't.
as his solo.
Oh man.
Directly following Randy is Aaron Eternal.
Okay.
Surprise.
I also have Half Duck and Supra from, and I'm trying to get another solo out of pardon me. I'm trying to get another solo out of Dilsky, but
Alright.
he's taking his time with it, and I really want him to because he said he would give me Cry for Eternity trills, and I want them.
Oh god.
I've heard that OrangeHat guy has a solo that needs to be put somewhere.
Shut up.
No. The answer is no. Also, you didn't hear some of my actual guitar playing.
The dream is dead.
Yeah. Nah, you'll get somewhere someday, dude. Just keep practicing. You're fine. Are you and JRabes currently working on any projects that you'd be caring to talk about, or that might be releasing soon that you might want to tell people?
So
Boy.
I have an album coming out soon.
Really?
All right. Nice.
Uh,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
hyped
you.
for it.
Yeah, I think you've been
It's-
leaking me some charts, right? Is that what you?
possibly.
Yeah. Okay.
And the album's gonna have a bunch of guests on it.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie's on about half of it
All right.
Am I?
so far.
Okay.
So
All right.
far with what I have asked you to do, that's about half of the album.
Nice.
Amazing.
We'll also have confirmed so far Supra from Instant Reality,
Nice. Okay.
as well as Tom Monda from Thank You Scientist.
Oh,
That's so fucking cool.
Ooh, that's dope, dude. Hell yeah.
that's pretty epic.
That is confirmed as long as time allocation is correct. So
All
pretty
right.
much what that means is as long as like shit doesn't go wrong in his life, that's confirmed.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome, dude.
And that's pretty much all that's confirmed.
Okay.
There's others that I just am lazy and haven't asked yet.
You should shown on your song.
What?
You should get E-Rock on your album.
Yeah, I wish. Man, if only I knew someone who had previously gotten E-Rock on a song.
Not 16 in mono.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I got 16 in mono on there doing a kazoo solo.
Oh, do you?
Nice.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's confirmed as well.
Sick. That's awesome.
And then there's like 2 other things coming out which I cannot spoil that Jackie and I are working on together.
All right.
Ooh.
It's pretty
And,
sweet.
Yeah, and fun fact, that album that I'm working on, as long as again everything goes correctly, I have permission to say this.
Okay.
Because this is also a pending thing. That album will be charted and will be on CTH3.
Nice.
Ooh, nice, dude. Yeah. So are we gonna get a? Here's the real tea. Are we gonna get a full album chart?
The real tea. Come on.
Like one fucking chart, full
Yes.
album.
Yes.
Who would play that?
I
Me?
would. I would if he asked for it in my chat.
Possibly. Again, this is literally if everything goes right. Because
Okay.
it could be just another situation where I work on this album, like I work my ass off on this album, and it takes another year of production.
Got you. I mean,
So-
you can't rush perfection, dude. You've got it. So and we all know you're the tippy top. So
Am I?
yeah.
Yeah,
Have
dude,
you-
you're the tippy top of the middle.
Yeah, have you
Hell yeah.
have you listened to your voice?
I love Jimmy Eat World.
It just takes some time.
Yeah. What about you, Jackie?
So Antimatter Sword 2 is actually going to be track 1 off of my next album.
Okay.
I don't have a name for it yet, but I have the artwork. It's definitely going to be more straight up power metal sounding.
Nice.
I'm kind of trying to get away from some of my death metal influence, at least for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. Death metal's pretty solid. If you, I wouldn't complain if you fell back on that a little bit. Yeah.
I've written an entire metal album. I want something that's a little more lighthearted, I guess.
Yeah, just vary your sound
Like,
too some.
Jacob and I did Inferno. I need to move away from that for a little bit just to give myself something else to do.
Yeah, makes sense.
Aside from that, like, I guess solo on a lot of things. I guess.
Okay. Is there like anything else you can like a name or not really as of right now?
Not at the moment. I've been spending a lot of my free time charting for Focal Point because I really want to get it done in July.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad then.
But yeah, I've got an album coming out
All
fairly
right.
soon.
Well, there's
and
everybody's knows. Anybody listening?
Fun fact about Antimatter Sword 2 that was not brought up yet. Live drums.
Wow. By who?
Actual
Jacob
acoustic
is
drums.
playing the actual drums for Antimatter Sword 2.
Nice. You got him out of his cave.
Got me out of my cage.
Did you end up recording bass for that too?
No, but I can do that at any time. I don't need to go to a studio for that.
Okay.
There you go.
If you don't want to, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm hyped.
Orange, do you have any stuff you're working on right now? That's
All
pretty
right,
fun.
let me tell you about my musical endeavors, okay? Y'all can't comprehend the stuff I'm writing. That's why I haven't released it yet. All right, it's next level. It's the next level of the next level, okay? Rafflecopter 2 is happening.
All right. Nah, but
It's
like,
gonna have everyone doing a guest star, every single person in the world.
nah, but like, do you have any like charting projects you're working on right now that you can say?
I'm clout chasing to get my name and all the credits for everything. I'm doing
Oh, okay.
I'm doing a chart for Blanket Statement. I'm doing a couple charts for Focal Point. I'm doing a chart for Hexanation. I'm doing a million charts for CTH3. That's like my main focus, is to just go all out on that and just have it be banger after banger.
Okay. It's not bad.
Which is why I'm doing so little for like all the other set lists, because I really want to make CTH3 something special. But other than that, I'm doing nothing, man.
All right. Well, that's not too bad at least. I've got like a spontaneous question to kind of close everything out. To kind of like not even that, just to spread some positivity in the community. Do you guys have a newer charter that you've met recently that you think has the potential that you would like to shout out? Since you all chart.
He is. I'm not sure on their gender.
Okay.
They're not super new because they were in Circuit Breaker, but Geo is super fucking impressive, and I love their charts.
Okay.
Geo is cool.
Nice.
I want to give a shout out to someone who I don't think has who I think has potential, but I don't think has any like build or anything right now, and that people need to move their eyes on this person. I worked with them. Their charts are actually really decent especially for someone who doesn't have the charter role or isn't like a verified charter by a lot of people. But Vakunin.
Yeah, Vex really good.
Shout out to Vakunin.
Yeah, Vex nice. Yep, for sure.
Am I shouting out a charter?
Yeah,
No,
I'll close out mine too, but you go ahead, Orange.
All right. Listen, my boy, Necrobones Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
He's been flexing with the charts. He's been charting like Mendel and Vitaly Kupri and
Okay.
stuff like that. Dude, I don't know. He's always made like fun charts. Sometimes they're a little iffy, but he's getting better every day, and I've been noticing that, and I want everyone to download all of his charts so to do it.
Okay. I've got a guy. He's been getting some of his charts out. He's relatively unknown, and I'm pretty sure he's unverified. He's like working on stuff to apply. You may have heard of him, Chaos Rune. He's been pretty solid. Yeah. Chaos is a really chill dude. He's a great dude overall. And he's been doing some nice, fun charts. Randy's played a couple of his charts on stream before, and he's enjoyed them. He does like kind of like a whole bunch of stuff, like some nice rock stuff, solo-y, shreddy stuff. It's really fun. So if you've never heard of him, definitely check him out. You might see him in random Twitch chats. He'll come through mine quite often. So, but yeah, so definitely Chaos Rune. If you guys ever see him, he's a pretty cool guy to ask for some of his charts to get his name out there. So it's really nice.
I actually had one more, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Hell yeah.
So super new charter. Sai, she's a regular. Yeah, she's a regular in the Eternal Society.
Yeah.
She said that she wanted to do a chart of Child in Time by Deep Purple, and asked if I wanted it for Focal Point, and I was like, sure, I'll take a chance on this charter that I did a chart review for once and did not say that her role in the ES before. But they sent me the chart, and it's actually fun to play, unlike the Harmonix chart, and I'm looking forward to more stuff from them.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Do you guys have any?
I have one more person that I'd like to shout out.
Okay, go ahead.
That's Miss Moo.
All right. Yeah. Miss Moose stuff is really good.
Download Cow Hero.
Yeah, Cow Hero is fantastic.
She worked on a set list by herself for the past few months,
It's
and she's currently working on add-ons for the set list as well.
So anybody that's never heard of Cow Hero, if you play literally nothing else from it, play the Coheed solo medley. The Coheed solo medley is great.
The Mars Volta solo medley is great as well.
That one too, yeah.
The Toho medley is really fun.
The Toho medley is great.
Yeah, if you're not into regular music, the medleys in it are just nice overall, for sure. And then yeah, do you guys have any closing remarks in general other than that, or are you guys all good?
Thank you for inviting us on this podcast.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being on. It's always nice talking to some of the people that add a lot to the community that a lot of people may not recognize right away, you know. It's always, and plus we had like a really good talk about like what you guys do behind the scenes, doing stuff. Baja Blast too. Yeah, definitely Baja Blast.
Trying to get the sponsorship, man. I'm trying to help us out.
Yeah, we'll get it one day, dude. It'll be within the next 4 podcasts. I believe it. We'll get it. Yeah.
While being caffeinated by Baja Blast.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's actually how I can write so fast.
Yeah, but thank you both for being on. We did have a good talk, so that was pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
Likewise.
All right.
Wait.
Well,
we should take a question from the chat.
All right.
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
All right.
Chat. Before we wind down, one question. One chat question.
First one. Let's do it. Let's go.
Oh, don't say first one. First one that's actually decent.
First one. Favorite Falling in Reverse song.
Born to Lead.
Born to Lead.
Born to Lead.